Well, hello and welcome to another Faith, Philosophy and Life with me, Mr. Shelton. It's great to see you, and I do hope that you are doing well and at least your families are okay as well. I wonder if you've ever created something. I wonder if you've ever made something, either out of Play-Doh or out of Word or even made it on Minecraft. What did it feel like to make it? Was it a good moment for you? Did you share it with people? Did you show it to people, or did you just put it in the bin? Have a think of that. Because here's something I made. The cheesy intro music. So, our title today is The Apostles' Creed, the Creator, Maker of Heavens and Earth. Okay, so we're going to go, as I said last time, look through the Apostles' Creed. We're going to look at it little bit by little bit, and today we're going to look at the Creator, the Maker of Heavens and Earth. And we're going to explore what it means for God to be the Creator. As usual, please complete your work, photograph it, send it through to your teachers, and pause me where it is relevant. It's going to be good if you can retell some of the key events about creation. It's going to be great if you can explain what the creation story teaches us about God's plans, and even better if you can create a response to considering if everything in the universe is God's fault as he created it. A little bit of controversy there. So we're going to think about 100 things. We're going to come up with a creation media clip, 7 P's, for and against, and then a mini write to finish off with. So before we kick off big time, my challenge to you is to come up with a list of 100 things that have been created. It's not as difficult as it sounds because literally everything has been created. I would do 100 in a class. Now you're not in class unless you've got a lot of people that you're FaceTiming at exactly this point. So what I'd like you to do is to maybe come up with 20, 25 of them. So pause me now and see what you can come up with, and then come back to me. Okay, so I wonder if you got that done. So the first part of the Apostles' Creed is this: I believe in God, the Father Almighty, creator of heaven and earth. Okay, so that's sort of our big ticket of where we're going during today's session. It's going to be, as I said, great if we can talk about some key events about creation. So to do that, what I'd like you to do is to watch this clip taken from the Noah movie. Hopefully it works. If it blocks it, then I'll put it in the description below. So you just need to click on that. And I want you to think while you're watching this, what did God make? So let's watch this together.
Let me tell you a story. The first story my father told me, and the first story that I told each of you. In the beginning, there was nothing. Nothing but the silence of an infinite darkness. But the breath of the Creator fluttered against the face of the void, whispering, "Let there be light." And light was. And it was good. The first day. And then the formless light began to take on substance and shape. The second day. And our world was born. Our beautiful, fragile home. And a great warming light nurtured its days. And a lesser light ruled the nights. And there was evening and morning. Another day. And the waters of the world gathered together. And in their midst emerged dry land. Another day passed. And the ground put forth the growing things. a thick blanket of green stretching across all creation. And the waters, too, teemed with life. Great creatures of the deep that are no more. Vast multitudes of fish, some of which may still swim beneath these seas. And soon, the sky was streaming with birds. And there was evening, and there was morning, a fifth day. Now the whole world was full of living beings. Everything that creeps, everything that crawls, and every beast that walks upon the ground. And it was good. It was all good. There was light, and air, and water, and soil, all clean and unspoiled. Your plants and fish, and fowl and beast, each after their own kind, all part of the greater whole, all in their place, and all was in balance. It was paradise, the jewel in the Creator's palm. And the Creator made man, and by his side woman, father and mother of us all.
Okay, so hopefully that reminded you of things that you knew previously. So God made everything, the universe and everything in that clip. And we might use the phrase ex nihilo, which I've got in brackets there, which is the idea that God created something out of nothing. He didn't just remold things that were already there, he created it out of nothing. So if God made everything, then we need to understand a little bit more when we think about the Apostles' Creed, that I believe in God the Father Almighty, creator of heaven and earth, that everything was made by God, and it was done for these 7 reasons. So I'd like you to write these 7 things down in your book and explain what you think each of them means. So let's do that now. Write those 7 down and explain what you think they mean, and then come back to me. So what I'm now going to ask you to do is, in the description below that you may have accessed earlier, there's a table which I'd like you to access and open up, and that will give you this. I'd like you to match the P, pinnacle, purpose, power, perfect, preserve, plan or pattern, with each of those statements. So write those in on your grid, or copy them out if you'd rather. And then think about this as a challenge activity. Which P do you think is the most important and why? Which P do you think is the most important and why? So pause me now, let's get that done, and then come back to me when we're done. Okay, so there's the answers for you. If you didn't have those, you can check those over now. Okay, I'm going to move on. So we said it'd be good if you could retell some of the key events of creation. So you've seen the Noah's creation, or the Genesis creation narrative as shown by the Noah in the movie, and hopefully you can now know a little bit about some of the order that God made things in. And think about what the creation teaches us about God's plans, and there were the point of the 7 Ps. But the thing is, if God made everything, then surely he's responsible for everything. So evil and suffering, for example, if God made everything, God was involved with that. I'd like to make a little table, please, about why, yes, God might be responsible for everything, and no, why God might not be responsible for everything. See what you can come up with as a little tea table there, and that's going to lead into our final activities. The more things you've got written down there, the better. Maybe send a message to some friends, try and swap some ideas and so forth, and then come back to me. Okay, so our last task then is for you to do a mini write activity. This is where you get to write for a little bit. You know how long you've got left of this activity, and I'd like to think about this. If God was a creator, is he responsible for everything that happens in the universe? You might use a sentence that says some people think that he is, some people think that he's not, and overall I think that. That might be a good sentence structure, but you can come up with whatever it is or however you wish to answer that. So I'm going to leave it there today. Get that done, get it photographed, get it sent through to your teachers. Thanks for your time. Take care of yourself, stay safe, wash your hands, God bless you, and I'll see you soon.